is because it's got one of the coolest like logo covers I've seen in a minute. But yeah, let me kick things back over to you, Jesse. What is on the top of your pile this week?
A manga called Fool Night, which
Okay.
I've gotten the paper edition, but also just been reading it on the Shonen Jump app.
Nice.
Sure.
And it's the premise is basically like the world's gone dark, like there's no sunlight, and because of that, like plant life is dying, and so what they're doing is terminal people like with terminal diseases can get plants planted in them. And that will like the plants will feed basically off the person, and that's like how the plant will survive. And basically they get paid this huge amount of money to do this, and they basically have about 2 years of life before the plant completely takes over. And it's following this like down on his luck guy who doesn't have any money, needs to take care of his mom, and so he fakes it, like he doesn't actually have a terminal disease,
no shit,
but he like is going to get all the money for having the plant basically put inside of him, and then he gets the plant put inside of him, and what he finds out is that he can now hear plants. Like he can hear these people that have turned into plants and like sort of their thoughts.
The Sixth Sense, is he the Haley Joel Osment of
well, like
of
I don't know. It like stuff goes on from there, and it was just sort of I was reading. I was like, there are so many ideas. Like you hear like the world's gone dark first, and then it's just like, yeah, but then there's plants, and then there's people with plants, and so it's just a lot of fun. I really dig the art. Like it's kind of got sort of like the classic manga backgrounds, but then like kind of this like scritchy sort of fine line art that I dig a lot. So yeah, that's what I've started and will continue reading.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
I'm skimming through it on the Viz website. The first chapter has just a tree growing out of a man's face.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
okay,
like
this is cool.
It's pretty cool.
They're not burying the lead, huh? They're just
yeah.
This is what you signed up for. That sounds awesome.
How did you come across this book?
Just on the Shonen Jump app. Like I was just like flipping through and looking at stuff. I was like, that looks interesting. I feel like that app is like why American companies aren't looking at that and being like, we should have that.
Yeah.
It's like it's like $3 a month.
It's so heinous how affordable it is.
You know, it's so easy to use.
Jesse, I have to ask though, as a user of the Shonen Jump app, have you hit the 100 chapter limit and been? Because we have loyal followers of this podcast who have done it multiple times.
I don't think so. What is the? I definitely haven't.
So it'll make you stop if you hit 100. It'll basically
if you read 100 chapters in a day, like in a 24-hour period.
No, I mentioned the 3-year-old, right?
Right. Well, she can read too, Jesse. Come on, like between the two of you, you should be able to hit this.
No, I haven't come close to that. I can see it though. Like there is this like readability of manga that like it's just like that. I feel U.S. comics. It's like if you give like a manga to someone who hasn't read manga and you explain to them like you got to read it backwards, like just read it and no problem. I feel like if you give them an American comic book, they'll be like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Like you know, like the density of stuff and like all the everything, and it's sort of like I don't know. It makes me like embarrassed. I'm like, yeah, they just do it better. And it's like, oh, where do you start? It's like beginning, like
number one.
You start with Batman. It's like who knows? Like
good point. Good point.
Like, you start with Dark Knight Returns. It's like I don't think so because that whole book is based on knowing everything about Batman. You start with like some weird issues that you probably won't like from the 50s and figure it out. But yeah.
Do you have one or two manga picks for us that you really like that you want to, not to totally put you on the spot, but
like anything Naoki Urasawa. The one for like if people don't read manga, I would say is Pluto because it's like eight
Okay.
chapters, 7 volumes, like
Yeah.
7 volumes. It's a
Yeah.
small one.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
mean,
like
by manga standards, a lot. I mean, like Monster is one of my favorite
yeah, yeah,
Urasawa books, and it's like 24 volumes or something. Like
um,
I've got the big like library editions on my
yeah,
shelf, so
yeah,
I think it's like 2 or 3 in one. But yeah, like that. Those are short,
yeah,
compared to One Piece or Bleach or all the
yeah.
big ones that are out there, right?
And so yeah, that's the one I generally say. Like if you haven't, I mean, Akira and Nausicaa like are kind of like artistically
Okay.
like the ones that I sort of like impress me the most. Dragon Ball's kind of perfect. You know, like his cartooning and stuff. Like, and I also feel with Dragon Ball, you could just pick up like the one 3-in-1 volume, and
Yeah.
you will get enough. Like, and it'll be a satisfying read. If you don't like it, I think you probably don't like comic books.
Sure, sure.
You know, so like those would be ones. I'm trying to think of those are also like big ones though.
Right. Are there any current or ongoing ones that you really?
No, I've sort of dropped off on currentness and
Sure,
sort
Sure.
of like
Sure.
I don't really keep up that well. And also with like with manga, there's like this feeling of like, oh, I should read Bleach. Like I should try One
Yeah.
Piece. And so like I've read like 3 volumes of Bleach, 3 volumes of One Piece, but those didn't really hook me. There's one Fire Punch. I think that's going on. That's
Fire Punch.
bleak. like
Yeah.
like it just starts off with a person like who can regenerate their arms, cutting off their arm to feed other people because they can grow an arm back, and it gets cheerier from there. Like,
I
so,
mean, I'll tell you, yeah, I read that series last year, maybe it
yeah,
was the year before, because that's the same creator who did Chainsaw Man,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
And Chainsaw Man was on a break. I was like, well, let me go read this other book. It only gets darker
Oh
from there.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
the beginning is so it's so bright in comparison to saying something.
A frozen world where people are dying to survive, like in a totalitarian state, and it gets darker from there.
Yeah, yeah,
But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Oh God.
yeah. Gotcha.
But basically, the person who gets regenerate gets set on fire by this person who has fire powers, and they can never die because they keep
Hmm.
regenerating and burning, and that is Fire Punch. Like that one, I like that one. That was fun.
What a pick me
Um,
up, yeah.
I like some older stuff too. I was rereading like Gunsmith Cats and stuff,
Okay.
and I feel like Ghost in the Shell I was rereading recently. That's like the Masamune Shiro.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's kind of all over the place, kind of a mess.
Interesting. Well, I'll put Ghost in the Shell I've been meaning to read. I at one point a while ago backed a Humble bundle or something that had like a bunch of stuff,
Oh
and
yeah,
it had a
yeah.
ton of Ghost in the Shell, and I never actually sat down to read it. So maybe I'll dig into that. I like started a volume, and it's a little
It's a
weird,
little weird.
but
It's a little dense.
yeah,
I
the
think
denseness is what got me, I think.
his storytelling, like there's a lot of implication of like what's going on, like what's
Hmm.
happening, and it's like I feel like it requires me to pay more attention than I'm sort of capable of at the moment. But
Sure.
the sort of like the what it's about, and for me being like pretty art driven, the art of it is so solid. That, that's enough for me. I'll
Yeah.
read a book if
I mean,
I'll
I
just
guess
skim a
if
book if I don't get the story and just be like, this art's great. It's a great
Yeah.
comic
Yeah.
book. Uh,
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's the one thing I will say is the art, even just in like the first, I don't know, volume that I dug into was like just absolutely cool. Just like
yeah.
all the cool, like take the Dragon Ball ridiculous like Capsule Corp stuff and then amp
Mhm.
it up to like 50,000,
Yeah.
and like that is what the Ghost in the Shell manga read like. But okay, we're peppering you with too many questions. I need to talk about a book